you were glad about our pairing because you didn't want to be paired with a celebrity like Valerie. And I was thinking, you are a celebrity, actually, Jayne, because you were one of the directors at IES in Manchester with Deep Sharon and the others from Frontline.
Oh. Really? It's funny, isn't it? Because when I remember sitting on my settee, just exactly where I am now, actually, when I got the email from Ali Cheney saying, you know, you've been picked out of the hat to do the, IES chorus. And I actually thought, oh no, why did I agree to this? I was absolutely petrified because I thought I'll never manage this, you know, for all these people and it's me. And I'm thinking, I'll never do this. And I was absolutely petrified. But luckily, Chrissy was here and she sort of talked me down. She said, you'll be fine. And so although I was a little bit nervous about it, actually, I absolutely enjoyed it. It was such fun. I really enjoyed it, really did. So I don't know about anyone else, but I enjoyed it anyway. So were you in the chorus?
Yeah,
not?
I was in your chorus and it was great, Jayne. It was really good fun and I thought you did a fabulous job.
Oh, were you?
Yeah. Yeah, and I was thinking at the time.
Very kind, thank you.
Yeah. I was thinking at the time how brave you were, because I put my name in the hat and like you, I was a bit like, oh my God, what if I get called? and I didn't. And then, you know, and I was in your group and I was thinking, wow, you're doing such a fab job, because it is massive, isn't it? Being one of the directors on a education weekend like that, because you're really under the spotlight and but enjoying the teaching that you were getting as well. And yes.
Well, Laurie Lyford was so wonderful anyway. She's so she doesn't make you feel silly. She just tries to really help. And it was fab. It was a really, really good experience. And so, I was pleased I did it. But, you know, it was a bit before we started the whole thing, you know, and I'm seeing all these people in front of me, you know, all these experienced barbershoppers and directors like yourself, and Nikki Salt was in there, and I'm thinking, oh no, what on earth are they thinking? You know, and all I was doing was just dancing around, really. But it was great, and I think the whole point of it was we were singing together, we were having fun, and it was just a good experience. So I think in the end that was the whole point of it. So, you know, hopefully that came across anyway.
Yeah, it
anyway, there we
definitely did. Yeah, definitely did, Jayne. And what did you learn about yourself from having that experience?
I suppose, I don't know. I think at the time, maybe it seems a long while ago now. Do you think it seems a long while ago after all this strange year we've had? It seems like longer ago than last summer. What did I learn about myself? I think it's taught me well, and actually sort of starting backbeat as well, really, to be braver. And I think if you've just to do what you can do, smile, look like you're enjoying yourself, and people will normally go with that, I think. Because even if you don't really know the answer, you know, as long as you appear to, then that's the main thing. I don't know. As a good friend of mine once said, if you know 5% more than the people in front of you, you're doing a good job. But I'm sure I didn't know more than 5% in most cases. But anyhow, no, I think, to be more confident, I think, in myself in that sort of situation, I think. So anyway, there we go. That was that. I mean, how did you start your directing? Because, I mean, how long have you been director of Surrey?
Hang on a minute. I think it must be coming up. It must be 7 years, actually. Maybe, I think it's about 2013 rings a bell. And
Really?
It doesn't feel that long. And I took over from Jenny Lawson. So I don't know if did you know Surrey Harmony under Jenny?
A bit. I mean, I started singing barbershop in 2010, so I was a bit late to the party, really. But I did know of Jenny, and I'd obviously seen them sing under Jenny, yes. But that was very early on, so I probably wasn't sort of paying too much attention. You know, I mean, when you first start, everything seems so strange, and all these people know everyone, and I'm thinking, I don't know anyone. So yes, I did know Surrey, and I saw them perform in my early barbershop years. So were you in the chorus at that point then?
Yeah, so I joined Surrey in '97. So I've been in the chorus. Well, so it's been, what's that, 23 years, coming up to 24 years in January. So I'd been a singer under Jenny's direction for all that time. And then,
Good.
Yeah, she retired and was retiring. And I think we had one applicant, and we really needed a director. And it was really, oh my God, it was really, I was quite bereft that we were going to end, that it was going to end, and we'd had such a fantastic time, such a fantastic experience, and I didn't want it to stop. And so I applied and got the job, quite surprisingly, really. And and I've been crapping myself ever since.
Oh dear. Have you got a musical background, or is it just what you've learned from, you know, being in the chorus, or have you taught yourself a lot as you've gone along? I mean, how have you sort of coped with it all?
Well, I haven't got a formal musical sort of background at all, and I've learned everything whilst I've been a Sweet Adeline. So taught myself to read music with a book, and did all the classes I possibly could do. The DCP was really fantastic. I mean, the education in Sweet Adeline's is phenomenal, and my confidence and skill has come from this organisation. And I think probably the confidence to give it a go also came from the organisation.
Yeah.
Because there is that feeling, isn't there, of try it, and it's very supportive. And I mean,
yes,
I've that little demon of not having that sort of that musical sort of grounding has followed me around like a yapping little dog at my feet most of the time. But I seem to be getting a lot better about that now. You know, the more I learn.
I think, yes, I think barbershop's very good for that, for people who aren't, you know, formally musically trained, because everyone feels like they're included, because you don't have to read music because you use teach tracks, etc., etc. So it's very, very inclusive bit of music making. So I think, it's a great thing. I mean, I'd never directed. I say never. I sort of stood up in front of a few people when I was at school or something like that, possibly, but not ever done any formal direction until, you know, in front of a barbershop chorus. So I think it's a great thing for people to build confidence, like you say, and, you know, people that want to have a go aren't usually too frightened to have a go, because it's a very inclusive thing. So I think that's good. And I'm about to start my DCP. So hopefully, yes, I'll get that done, hopefully. I think once I get started, I'll get on with it. It's just making that jump in, isn't it, really? How long ago did you do yours?
Oh, quite a while back. I think I even did it before. I did it before I took over. I did it when I was an assistant. So I was an assistant director under Jenny before I took over, but I didn't really get a lot of opportunity to direct, you know, so that didn't come until, not much really, until I really had the reins. But yeah, I think I did my DCP, I think I might around about that time. God, you'd think I'd remember this stuff, but I don't.
No, not really.
I remember Judith.
Really?
So
no.
Jenny's deputy director Judith was my mentor through the DCP. Yeah, I must have done it before I took over, because I think Judith did stay on the risers for a bit, but Jenny was quite unwell, and she did try to stay on the risers for a bit, but they didn't really stay for long. Yeah, so it must have been before then.
Right. And did you find that the chorus were very accepting of you taking over? Because sometimes I think it's not always easy to have a director come from the risers to the front. Sometimes I think because they know you in a different way. You know, did you feel it took a little while to for them to get used to you as the director rather than a fellow riser, chorus member?
That's hard, really, actually, because I think they'd seen me out the front a little bit as an assistant director and a section leader. I think it did take quite a while of adjusting that, but I tell you, there was a lot of love, and that really
Good.
That shone through, I think. So there was a lot of support there. So I think we kind of managed that transition really well. I like to think we did. Yeah, I mean, as much as I think I was too busy worrying about how I was doing. Yeah.
Yes, they're sort of, yeah. Okay, well, that's good, though. It's good because I think if you can feel you're supported, that's the main thing. If they're with you, the chorus are with you, then that's fine. You can do anything, can't you, really? How many do you have in the chorus, or how many did you have before lockdown hit us all?
Well, yeah, before lockdown hit us, about 50, and we've lost a few members. So we're probably about 45, 46 members at the moment.
That's pretty good, though.
Yeah,
it's pretty good.
Yeah, it's been quite consistent. Yeah. How about you, Jayne? How long have you been directing backbeat a cappella?
Well, I started it. We founded it. There was 4 of us who founded it in September 2016, and so some person who will remain nameless, who is now the team leader of the RMT for Region 31, decided it would be a very good idea for me to be a director of a chorus that we were to start. And I'm thinking, really? Why do you think that? Because how that came about really is because I joined Barbershop. I joined Cheshire A Cappella, who now are a Labs chorus, but at the time were Sweet Ads. And various things happened, and I did a bit of directing because the director couldn't always be there every week. So I sort of stood in a bit, and that's really how it started. I sort of started to stand in front of the chorus. And then, it was decided, well, not really. I mean, it was a sort of we just thought we'd start another chorus. It sounds a bit naff now, really, from absolutely nothing. So there was 4 of us, 4 friends, and we just started there and then. And we got sort of a core number of about 25 that stayed with us, and we really haven't expanded on that because as people have left, others have come in, so we've kept a consistent sort of 25, although now we're a little bit low because we had a few leave just sort of early on in lockdown, so we're down to about 20 now, which is a little bit borderline. So we're going to have to do a bit of recruiting, although we did have an online recruitment drive in July, I think we had, and got a few people interested. So hopefully when we can get back in person, as we're all desperate to do, we'll be able to get some of these people along in person and maybe start to build the chorus up again. So, but so that's that really. So I've only been directing about 4 years, well, 3.5 really, because the last 8 months none of us have been directing anybody, have we? So so that's been a massive learning curve.
Yeah,
so,
I'm
it's
impressed.
been good though. It's been good, and I've had some great experiences. The best one was taking them to. Sorry, go on. Are you? Not really. The best experience was taking them to convention in May 2019 in Cardiff. That was amazing. We had 22 on stage, and 20 had never ever sung Barbershop on a stage before. So that was like, whoa. So that was a really good weekend. We had a ball. So what are your plans? Have you got anything for Christmas or anything like that?
Chorus wise?
Sorry. Yes, well, yes, and you. Why not?
It's a bit hard, isn't it? It's a bit hard to plan what we're going to do for Christmas. And I always find Christmas challenging as a director because I'm always like mid planning the rest, convention, and then Christmas turns up and it's like, oh, damn. And I
Yes,
think every year
yes.
I promise next year we're going to do Christmas. And then it creeps
Yes.
in, and it's all of a sudden it's December, and I'm like, oh no, it's Christmas. This sounds really bar humbug.
I know. Yes. And the thing is, you think we'll check the Christmas songs early, or we'll learn a couple of new ones this year, so we've got some repertoire. And then, like you say, you get carried away with other things, and then it's so late, and you think, oh, we didn't do that Christmas carol after all. And it's like, I know it's tricky, I think, isn't it? You know, but
Yeah.
but you need a certain amount of repertoire. I mean, we had a couple of gigs lined up, as we do normally get quite good ones for Christmas, and well, of course, you know, they're all cancelled. I mean, as I'm sure you had some as well, which, you know, it's all gone out the window. So, you know, who knows? I mean, we just have to carry on and hope, don't we? And who knows what we're going to do on a personal basis either? Because do you have a big family that are nearby or anything?
Well, no, really. My family are far and wide. I've got my mum and stepdad are close, so we might spend, well, who knows if we're allowed to have Christmas with family. But yeah, how about yourself?
Well, all my family live in Norfolk, so when I'm up near Manchester. So, but hopefully we've had my son and daughter are sort of here with us for most of big lockdown and bits and pieces. So we're going to smuggle them in somehow, because they both live alone anyway, and they're down near London. So, yeah, we'll smuggle them in at least, I think. So we'll just have to have a small Christmas this year. Good, good. Do you have a good assistant or good performance director or whatever? Do you have a good relationship with your, you know, or choreographer or whatever you want to call them?
we call our it's a choreographer in our team. Yes, yeah, Jackie is our choreographer, and I think she's been with me a year, but she was with Jenny for years and years and years as our choreographer. And we've sung together in quartet for 10 years, so yeah, good friends.
Yeah, that's good then. I think you need that though, don't you? Because it can be a bit tricky when you're trying to add on your movements to sound and stuff. It's quite a tricky sort of transition, isn't it, really? I mean, I know everybody does it in a different way, but however you do it, there's always that, you know, things downhill when you start to put movement with it, don't they? I mean, you know, but anyway, we've all been there, all do it. So,
yeah.
And there's something else going on. Oh, yes, you've celebrated your 25th anniversary, Surrey Harmony. Is that right?
Actually, it's our 30th this year.
Really? Really? Goodness me. Your 30th?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, we were supposed to have...
That's some going, isn't it?
Yeah, we were supposed to have a 30th anniversary show at the Fairfield Halls in Croydon this November.
Oh, yes. Yeah. Oh.
So sadly, it'll be...
What a shame. What a shame. Yeah. Oh. And of course, with no convention next year, I suppose at least you can concentrate on the show, which are we going to put it in November again, or is that the plan? Yeah,
we just moved it to next year and just do the whole thing again next year. Same time. Well, same weekend. Yeah.
Yes.
That's all you can do. There's just hope.
Okay.
Just hoping to have time to rehearse, and you know, it's just we don't know when we're going to get back together physically.
No, I know. Dreadful. Is that? I think that's the thing. I think this whole thing, it's the not knowing. You can't really plan. I mean, like for instance, Val and Vocal Dimension got back for one sort of tiny rehearsal, and then it was all, you know, thrown out again because of lockdown. And I think that's it. You can plan and do all your assessments, etc., but you just never know what's around the corner at the moment. So, you know, it's just a case of just carrying on as best we can, really, I suppose. So, but anyway, we're all in the same boat. So, you know, I think we just got to do what we can do, which is... How do you find Zoom rehearsals? Do you find them okay, or do you find them quite hard to do, or do you get a lot of help?
Well, I get a lot of technical help, which is brilliant, and creative help. I mean, it's been a learning curve for us all. I think I overloaded myself early on and got a little bit, I think I burnt myself out a little bit in the summer when I was feeling, I don't know, I took it all on and I wanted everyone to be happy and this, that, and the other. And all of a sudden I crashed and burned. And we had a 2-week break, which was just perfect. We don't normally have a summer break, but I just needed to regroup and sort stuff out. And actually, since then, I've felt a lot more at ease on Zoom, and I've taken the pressure off myself to do it all. And and just encourage people to just try stuff and be more creative. And the chorus is amazing. So yeah, it's been okay.
Yes, that's really good. Yeah, you need a bit of a help, I think, because, you know, the thing is with Zoom rehearsals, you know, it's not like being in person, is it? Because when you're rehearsing in person, you know, you'll do a bit and you'll think, no, that's not right. So you work on that bit because you can hear it, you can work with it, you can improve it. Because on Zoom, you don't get that sort of feedback. So you have to have all your Zooms so timed, so, you know, precisely, you know, because this will take 5 minutes, this will take 10 minutes. You know, it's not the same, it's not sort of reactive, is it? It has to be more planned on a piece of paper than go to rehearsal, think, right, we'll work on this song tonight. It doesn't quite work in the same way, does it? You know, so I think that's what I found tricky, is I felt it was a lot harder to do a rehearsal on Zoom than it was in person, you know. And I think that's that's been the hardest bit for me, I think. But
yeah, I agree with you there,
you
Jayne. It's not the same, is it? It's just not the same as being in the flesh. It's a very well, it's not a chorus rehearsal. It's just not. It's something new. No. It's something different. No. And I think once I realised that and really realised that it wasn't going to be, I couldn't recreate the singing in the flesh, and it had to be what it is. It has to be what it is right now, and it changed. And yeah, we're doing various things. We seem to enjoy having a good party and dressing up. We love a dress up.
To, well, some sort of normality again. I think that's the important thing, isn't it, really? Just so we can keep in touch with each other.
Definitely. Yeah, definitely. Keeping in touch. That's the most important thing, isn't it? Staying connected.
Yes, yes. So anyway, there you go. So anyway, I've got some details down here about you that my little researcher did for me. So I'm going to put my glasses on and I'm going to ask you, you had Renee Pausel, is that right, in a Zoom meeting? How was that? Was that fun?
Oh my God, it was fantastic. Yeah. So, oh, wow. So Renee, we booked her to talk about the open division, because what we were planning to do this year was to do one of our sets that we're doing in our show for the open division. And the reason for that was we had quite a massive show. It was going to be massive this November, and quite time consuming. And so we decided to take the Les Mis set that we were doing to convention. So we planned to do that this May coming, so in 2021, and invited Renee to come and talk about the open division, talk about our plans and everything. And everyone was so excited and upbeat, and all the costume people were showing what ideas we've got, and it was this really lovely vibe. And then the very next day was the announcement that Convention 2021 wasn't going to happen. And we were like, oh, okay. So it was a bit like, another one of those rug pulling moments. But it was fabulous having Renee. She's marvellous, really. Yeah, so positive and got so many great ideas. So we'll I'm hoping that we'll see her on Zoom again, and maybe in the flesh as well. Yeah, we've had her coach us.
Yeah. Oh, that would be good.
Yeah, and that was superb a few years back now, but it would be lovely to have her again. Yeah. How about you? Have you had any guests?
We had, you're asking me now, I can't remember who it was. We've had a few guests. We had Norms Ferrier from Forth Valley. We've had Ali Cheney. we'd got Gaynor Schofield lined up, but then we actually cancelled her because we were getting a little bit Zoom fatigue. So we actually said, would she hold on and come and see us, you know, because she was due to come and see us in person actually this weekend just gone, in, you know, to prepare for Convention 2021. So of course that was all gone out the window. But no, we've had, you know, we've had a few guests and it's been fun. But yeah, I don't know. I think we hit this bit of a Zoom wall. So we're having a little bit of a break at the moment. But I'm setting them little challenges, like I'm recording. I record bits of songs. Say I'll record the lead line of a song, and then I'll ping it off to them and say, right, you're going to record your part now with me in your ear, and one of the girls puts it together for us, so we can basically hear ourselves sing a repertoire song. And I'm in the process now of recording a bit of a silly carol. And so we can do that, and then I'm going to do them on Zoom, so we can sort of like have a live. Well, it won't be live, but you know what I mean. Just so a bit of a Christmas message from Backbeat, and we do tags and things like that. So I keep them ticking over, but we're having a bit of a sort of a general Zoom break at the minute because I felt I needed that really. So anyhow, that was it. But yeah, we've had guests. It's been nice. But to be quite honest, I just want to get back to singing in real life. I mean, I know that sounds really stupid and probably very selfish, but, you know, somehow to me, virtual singing doesn't just do it. You know.
I totally understand that, Jayne, and it's not silly at all. It's just not the same because like you were saying earlier, it's that feedback, isn't it? And we're in the business of 4-part harmony, and you can just about do 2 parts, can't you? You can sing again.
Yes.
It's not, you can't really do that. We had a good laugh last week because we had planned to get back together on a rotation. So I'd put together, I'd split the chorus into 3 groups. And the plan was we'd have one in a hall and we would live stream that to the remaining 2 groups that were on Zoom. And we'd go this rotation, had it all planned. And then, of course, this second lockdown's come in. So rather than do that on the Wednesday, which would have been our first one, I chose not to do that because also I didn't want to, I was a bit worried about the R rate and didn't want to influence my team, you know, to come, and even though we were legally allowed to, I didn't feel comfortable. But instead, I recognised a lot of people might have wanted to be with their family or friends that night, and some still wanted to come. So we just had a karaoke night, and the funniest thing was doing duets. It was hilarious because you would have.
Did you have yourselves on real time?
Yeah, so the duet. So when I was duetting with Sarah, who's my assistant director and the lead section leader, we were duetting. I can't remember what was the song. "Don't Go Breaking My Heart," and I had I shared my screen, so I shared the YouTube video of it and the lyrics, so the karaoke version. So as I was singing my line. The time lag, she was singing her line, you know, and it was just really funny. Good laugh though.
I bet.
It was a great car crash of a song fest on Wednesday, but I don't think I've laughed as much in a long time, so it was good.
Well, that's a very important thing to be able to do, I think, isn't it, really? We have to laugh. So, never mind. Anyway, let me check my list now, my little researcher.
Oh, you're very good. I didn't
really
research.
No. And then you've got cats. You have cats?
Oh, yeah.
Cats?
I have 2
right?
Beautiful baby boys. Yes. How do you know this? Oh, probably because they're on Facebook, are they?
Yes, I think so. Yes, yeah. I love cats also.
If you were to look at my phone, it would just be pictures of my cats. Pictures of my
Right.
Yeah, my Mick and I sadly don't have any children, but our cats have replaced that, and we're very blessed to have the most cuddly lap cats and the most well, they are the most spoilt cats. Yeah. But we're very blessed with our baby boys. Yeah.
That's good. Oh well. I do love cats, but I do love animals, but unfortunately I'm allergic to them, so we can't have any. So there we are. I used to have them when I was a kid because they used to sort of live being sort of like, you know, in our summer house, and so I used to go outside and like stroke them and play with them and feed them, but they never used to actually live in the house. They were sort of outside cats, but they were ours because we sort of but that was about as good as I got, really, because I just can't, the minute my eyes swell up and I'm just total wreck. So unfortunately, although I like them, I have to look at them from afar. So there we are, which is a shame.
That's a shame.
Yeah.
Oh, but you've got children.
So have you been married? I have got children. Yes. 2 children. My son, who's 26, and my daughter, who's 24. Yeah. So but they both live. Well, my son lives near Luton, and my daughter lives in Royston. So they're but so we see them quite a lot. They're actually quite lovely children. They like to spend time with me and my husband. Well, their mum and dad, which is really quite nice because not all children want to spend time with their mum and dad, but we actually do have quite a lot of fun together. So that's quite nice, I suppose. So yeah.
That's lovely. Yeah. That's so nice. So,
yeah. Anyway, they're behind me on the wall, but you probably can't quite see them.
I can see them. Yes. Yeah.
There's a picture of us four, which is a few years back now. I wish I looked so youthful.
Oh, what a brilliant photo, Jayne. That's lovely.
Yeah, it's quite fun, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yes. I don't usually Zoom in this room, so there you go. So that's an extra special little bonus there. Anyway, there we are. So do you sing yourself now, Lolly? Do you sing in a quartet or anything?
Yes, I've just so I used to sing with a quartet for about 10 years, hunky dory, and Jackie, who's our choreographer, was the tenor, and Barbara is the baritone, and then we had various sort of basses over the years. But the last bass we had was CJ, who sings with Viva a cappella.
Oh yes, yeah.
And but we broke up.
Yes, yeah, I know.
7 or 8 years ago, and then I've just recently got back with Jackie and Barbara, and our bass is Wendy. Well, she's not really Wendy, her name's Andrea, but for some reason in the chorus, whenever I went to say Andrea's name, I couldn't say it, and I just wanted to call her Wendy.
Called her Wendy.
So it's sort of stuck a little bit, but yeah, it's really funny. I had this really strange brain fog going on, and I was like, yeah, a bit worrying really. My age, but yeah, so I've just got singing, well, just before all this crisis happened, so we haven't done much, but we have managed to do a couple of videos of like silliness, so that's been fun.
I was going to say, do you have a name for your quartet, or are you not named officially yet?
We are Chameleon.
Oh, very nice, very nice. Does it mean you change your colour quite frequently? Is that what it means?
Yeah, that must be it. We change our bass frequently. No worries there, Wendy. You're good. You're good. We love Wendy. We just came up with that. I think we were laughing about. I think we were singing "Can't Become a Chameleon" or something. We're like, let's call ourselves that.
Oh right.
Yeah. As you do.
Excellent. That's good.
Yeah.
Yes. How about you? I have sung in a quartet. Yes, a few years back now. I'd like to do it again, really, but it's hard to find a tenor. I think what I'm going to do now is try a mixed quartet, because my husband, who I introduced to barbershop. We met each other singing. We both sing anyway. That's how we met each other. But he'd never sung barbershop. So 2 years ago, I was singing with Phoenix. I went to international with Phoenix chorus because I knew I probably would never have a chance to sing, in my regular chorus. So I used to drive down every other week to Phoenix in Bedford and sing with them, and went to international in St. Louis with them. And an old friend of mine who I used to sing with in Cheshire a cappella, she sings with them now. And she said, oh, come and join us. So that was what I did. Anyway, while I was singing with Phoenix, Doug Harrington came along and coached Phoenix chorus. And he was starting up a men's chorus. So just as a bit of a joke, I said to my husband, well, you can sing. Why don't you go and, try and sing, join a chorus? Not for 1 minute thinking Doug would have him, because Doug had got all these, good experienced barbershoppers lined up for male vox. Anyhow, my husband managed to get himself in the chorus, and
wow,
he's the president of male vox, and he loves barbershop singing, absolutely loves it. So we do a little bit of duetting now and again. So I think my next project should be a mixed quartet with him and me and 2 others. So it's looking for the other 2. Chrissy might be in there somewhere, and so we just need another voice somewhere, I think. So that would be quite fun, I hope. So that's probably my next project.
Great. That sounds great, Jayne. Really good fun. I love the sound of that.
Well, anyway, we'll see. It's just time consuming, isn't it, really? I mean, you know what it's like if you try and do this and that, and to be here one night and here another night, and it's tricky. And it's tricky to set anything up at the moment, because obviously, we're not supposed to be going anywhere at the moment.
Yeah.
Are we? So it's a bit restricted.
Yeah.
So, but maybe that's on for the future, a mixed quartet. So that might be it.
Anyway. That sounds brilliant.
So anyway.
Yeah, it's been really lovely chatting with you, Jayne.
It has. It's been real fun, actually. I've really enjoyed it.
Me too.
So, it's been nice.
Yeah. So it'd be great to meet.
Well, there we are. Yes, absolutely. We must do that. I think one thing that this has taught us, I think we've actually got to know each other better, I feel, as directors over this, because we've had a chance to talk. So normally the only time we meet up is, say, in education and we're all in classes, or at convention, and everyone's so tense before the actual competition. Nobody really wants to sort of socialise. And I think if one good thing's come out of it, I think all the directors know each other more. I think that is one good thing.
Yeah.
So
me too. I agree.
Do you feel that or not? Do you think that?
Definitely. I felt really. I don't know. I didn't feel. I don't know. I struggled on the WhatsApp group with sharing and taking part. I don't know what that was all about. And then all of a sudden, the Zoom things just helped me feel more connected. Much more connected with the other directors, and I've really enjoyed that. Actually, really enjoyed that interaction. It's been the best thing actually about lockdown.
I think it's been good.
Yeah. Brilliant. Thank you, Jayne. Lovely chatting to you.
Yes. Okay. Have a nice evening. Thanks for doing this, Lolly.
Take care.
Okay. Take care.
Bye.
All right then. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.